Gibbs' reflective cycle has 6 stages, and what we need to do is investigate in more detail each of these 6 stages. And we can look at the first 3 stages: description, feelings, and evaluation in more detail. Remember that description is about understanding, getting clarity about what happened. Feelings is about your emotional response, and the evaluation is where you're thinking about what was good and what was bad in relation to the experience. And so in terms of description, it's important also to remember that you need to focus on useful, key aspects of the experience rather than the details which are not adding to understanding, adding to development of knowledge. The next stage is to reflect on the feelings, and at this point it's important to discuss the feelings and the thoughts associated with those feelings in detail, and consider the sort of questions which help us understand not how we respond to the experience, but also how our response, our emotional response, impacted on the experience also. And in this way we gain greater depth of understanding from the reflection process. But what's important to remember is that in terms of reflecting on our feelings, that we need to do this very honestly and openly with ourselves, so that we're not creating barriers and not missing opportunities to add to our understanding. And then the third stage of the cycle is about evaluating the experience, what was good about it and also what was bad about it. And this is a point from a deeper perspective where we can look at this aspect of evaluation not only from the description perspective but also from the feelings perspective. What was good about it in terms of how we reacted? What was our emotional response? What was bad about it in terms of our emotional response? What was good about the experience as a whole, and what was bad about it? So we're, with the evaluation stage, bringing the 2 previous stages together and looking at them in combination to get a much richer understanding from our internal perspective around the experience. And it's this interaction of what was good and what was bad from both the description and the feeling perspective where the quality, the depth of understanding and the quality of understanding improves from using this model. And what we have to remember, if we're reflecting on something which is perhaps uncomfortable or something which is very difficult, we also, in terms of evaluation, have to consider to what extent we resolved that particular issue and also resolved those feelings. And if not, then why not? Because it may be a case of not trying to overcome feelings, because that may not be possible, but actually just recognizing and accepting them. And this phase is a good place for the reflective practitioner to include theory in relation to the evaluation. Because what we must remember, it's important not just to discuss the experience, to try to describe it, and discuss our feelings in relation to the experience, but also to discuss in relation to what theory says about such incidences and how we work with those incidences.